Here we go. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 5-module course. She needed a hero, so she became one. So in the beginning of the call each week, I love to set an intention, make a toast. So I always go last because you're the focus today. So who would like to go first and set the intention or make a toast to our call today?
Okay, I will.
Go ahead.
Okay, here's to busting through any fears or blocks that we have so we can get into the new year and have a new year filled with dreams come true.
I love it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, Stephen?
I would say toasting to the same lines of the other woman of, removing any sort of blocks preventing me from meeting somebody.
Awesome. Here, here. Ooh, Stephen's got wine. Yay. If I wasn't coaching, I'd have vodka. But I got to be sober for this one. Okay. So my toast, my intention is for all of us, because I get just as much from these calls as you guys do. So for all of us, for this week, this call to break through our fears, chip away at another layer to get to who we really are so that we can conquer anything that we dream of in life and have it come true. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the top off because I will be needing it. Okay, so I like the calls to be interactive. What I'm gonna do is I am going to go through my PowerPoint. I'm gonna put everybody on mute for now. I'm gonna go through my PowerPoint, and then there's a section where I get to some questions, and then I'll unmute everybody and we will be interactive, okay? Now, if you hover your mouse, your arrow towards the bottom, there's a chat. If you click that, you can put your question in there. I'm going to put something in there. I just said I'm here so that if somebody writes something, you'll see it there. Okay? Any questions before we get started? Okay. So here we go. You all. Okay. All right. Yay! I'm so excited. 5-module course, she needed a hero, so she became one. Introductory. So if you don't know me, welcome and thank you for investing this time in you. I'm Denise Dominguez. I am so excited to be here with you all today. And here is just a little bit about me. I am a speaker, coach, and international best-selling author. And my most recent book, released last year, well, actually, now 2 Octobers ago, October 2016, called A New Day Dawns, Breaking Up with Abuse. That book is the one that took me to international bestseller. And this year I will be launching my new book all by myself. So I was a co-author in that book, but amazing energy around that book. So what I do is I help women all over the world heal their emotional wounds so that they can live a life of freedom, joy, and abundance. And I specialize in narcissistic abuse healing. And I do this by having them embrace and connect with who they really are so that they can begin to experience healthy relationships, a fulfilling life, and more money in their business. Because when you heal all of you, it's like when you just focus on this, then all the rest of the pieces just fall into place. It's so beautiful. So this call is just for you. So make yourself a priority for the next 45 to 60 minutes. All right, so that means close out all your tabs on your computer, put your cell phone on silent, and just be here with me and do you. All right, so hopefully you're in a relaxing place to listen to this call. I call it my sacred place. It's a place where it's just me and I have my, candle there. I have my drink, whatever, have something to quench your thirst next to you. Water, tea, or a glass of wine, whatever you want. It's whatever you desire to have next to you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a couple of breaths to be present and stay focused. So what I want you to do is close your eyes, and when you breathe in, I want you to breathe in. Let's inhale. Okay, we're going to inhale surprise and we're going to exhale panic. Okay, we're going to do 4. Okay, so breathe in, surprise, exhale, panic. Breathe in, surprise, breathe out, panic. Okay, last one. Let's make it count. Breathe in, surprise. Sip a little bit more. Hold it. Breathe out, panic. Oof. I always do this before a call so that we could be here together, be present, and just stay here with all of us, because this is for you. This is you're the focus today. Okay. So tonight we're talking about fear. Week 1, we're talking about fear. All right, this will be our topic for the week. And of course, if you are not already a client of mine, then I always assign some kind of an assignment, some kind of a homework, something for you to shed, peel, and heal yourself. So at the end of this call, that's what I'm going to do. But I also like to do exercises while we're in the call. So fear. Fear is the number one reason we don't have what we want in our life. So let's move you out of fear and into love. Okay? We're going to kick those fears to the curb once and for all. So let's break down fear to its core so we can fully understand how and why we have it in the first place. Okay, so what is fear? Psychology Today states that fear is an emotional response induced by a perceived threat, which causes a change in the brain and organ function, as well as in behavior. Okay, so let's just break that down for a second. It's an emotional response. And I'm going to get to that later in the call, because I have my version of explaining fear. This is Psychology Today's version of explaining fear. So it's all sciencey. All right, so, because it's an old story, right? So if it's an emotional response, where's that emotion coming from? It's coming from somewhere. Something, somewhere in your past has happened. Someone said something to you, and that's where the emotional response comes from. All right, so fear can lead us to hide, to run away, or to freeze in our shoes. Fear may arise from a conformation or from avoiding a threat, or it may come in the form of a discovery, right? So what is fear? Here's what I know fear to be. Fear is a liar. That's like the short version. That's the quick version. Call ended. Fear is a liar. Fear is a liar. It's an old story that someone told us and we believe them, right? It's something that someone told us that we believe, or it's something that we saw. One of the examples that I give is when I was really young, I was watching some late show, I don't remember, and it was the girl from Taxi. And she got on, and she had just gotten married for the second time. And so whoever the host was said, oh, so, congratulations. I heard you got married. And they were talking about that this was her second marriage. And I remember she said, marriage is like toast. You always throw the first one out. And I believed it. I took that as a truth. And then it was confirmed to me when I saw people around me, my parents' friends getting married once and then it failed and getting married twice. My neighbor down the street they're like the Brady Bunch. They were both married once. They had kids with the first marriage. They got divorced and then they got married and brought the two families together. To this day, they're still married. So I took that on as a truth, right? So that's just an example of how it doesn't necessarily have to be mom or dad or somebody in the house. It could be something we see on TV that we've taken on as a truth. All right. So it's a story that we saw and played out and we believed it, but it's not the truth, right? Fear is not a truth. And how do I know this is true? Because fear comes from our minds and not our hearts. So whatever our minds tell us is 95% bullshit, if not more. But what about our hearts? And this is where our world is so disconnected, because we're more connected to our minds and not our hearts. And that's where we're going to go in the next 5 weeks. We're going to connect more to our heart and less to our minds, because this is bullshit. And here is where our truth is. This is where the answers to our questions are. This is where our truth is. This is what we need to trust, and that we did trust at one time. So we're going to get into all of that. All right, so let's break down fear. I want you to think of fear. Think of a fear you have right now. Okay, so everybody think of a fear that you have right now and ask your heart about it. So just sit in silence and ask. So first, think of your fear. All right, now just ask about that fear. Not in your mind, connect with your heart. Okay? If you want to type in the chat and tell me what answer you got, what was your question, what was your answer, that'd be awesome. So the point of this exercise is questions are our answers. Questions are the answers. And I'm going to teach you a lot about asking what you want, what you desire, in order to get your answer, to get what you truly want. All right. So I asked you all to send me some of your fears, and I'd like to tackle them one by one. Okay. So here's some fears that I got. I'm scared I might not find the right person. Okay. So let's break that down for a second. I'm scared I might not find the right person. So that's a fear that somebody has, that, the fear is, I'm scared I might not find the right person who is the love of my life, love partner. And I get afraid that I'm getting older. So here's one of the biggest things about fear. What you fear, you draw near. So the more you think that I'm scared that I might not find the right person, the more you're not going to find the right person. Because this is what you're focusing on. So this could be a question that you could sit with and ask your heart, right? Who says, I know hundreds of people who find the right person. I'm a prime example. I'm 47 years old, finally in a healthy relationship after being in a toxic one for 22 years. But I never had that mindset that I wouldn't find the right person. And I'm not saying that I didn't have a screwed up mindset, because I did, because, after I came out of that relationship, I was numbing myself by partying every weekend. And I was, dating a lot. And I was just preoccupying myself with all these other things and not connecting with who I really am, and not connecting and healing from the 22-year experience that I had been through. Because when I left that relationship, I thought, woohoo, I'm out of jail. Like, I'm free and I can do whatever the heck I want now. And I was really rebelling. I was really, really rebelling against my ex, even though he's in Florida and I'm in North Carolina. But my actions, my behavior was all rebelling against him. But who was I hurting? He doesn't even know. I was only hurting me. So when you have that belief that I'm scared I might not find the right person, that is your truth from here. So we're going to get rid of that. Okay? We're going to get rid of that because we're going to connect. How we're going to do that is we're going to connect more to our heart and less to our minds, because you can find the right person at any age. If you're here on this call, that means you love yourself. That means that you want something better for yourself. And that means my job is to get you to there. All right? So I'm scared I might not find the right person. A lie. That is a lie. And it's bullshit. That's your mind saying that. Because one of the other fears that was mentioned was I'm scared that I might not find the right person who is, no, that's my example. Hold on. There was one about career in here. Now I can't find it. But it was something like I might not be able to fit, having a career and a love life at the same time. Again, total bullshit. Because when and I'm just one example of many, many other people. When I met my fiance now, I didn't even start my business, and we're both building our businesses. So when you find somebody that you love and that truly loves you, not only will you make time for that person, but that person will understand that your career is your moneymaker, is your passion in life. So that's just another lie, that you're not going to find somebody who's going to understand that your career is, I wouldn't say top priority, but it is a priority. Okay, so let's do an exercise together. Well, first let me ask, does anybody have any questions so far? Put it in the chat box. If you have any questions, let me see. No questions, okay. Okay, here's a little exercise right now that we're going to fall in love with our fears. All right? Because the whole consensus of self-love is that you love everything about you. And you have to love your fears. But you'll also have to recognize that they're bullshit. Okay? You got to love every aspect of you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We all have fears. Every single one of us. And you just have to get comfortable with, number one, knowing that it's bullshit. And number two, pushing through those fears to get what you really want. Okay? Whether that's money related, love related, relationship related, whatever it is. You have to push through that. Okay, so here's the exercise. Any fear-based thought that's coming up, okay, so now think of another fear that's coming up for you. And then I want you to say, and I love that, right afterwards. So let me take one of these fears. Here's another one. I'm afraid they won't like me. And I love that. Now remember, the key to this exercise is that you want to mean it when you say, and I love that. Okay? Love is a trigger word. It's connecting to the brain and the heart. Okay? So I'm afraid that they won't like me. And I love that. Because honestly, it's okay. This is all of our journeys. Okay? I'm scared that I might not find the person who is my life love partner. And I love that. we have to practice this. And this is going to be part of your homework, because I want you to get real comfortable with saying these things. All right, so here's some more examples that were emailed to me. And by the way, I emailed all of you guys to send me, so we're talking about fear, to send me what your fears are. Each week, I want you to email me or text me or whatever the topic is that we're tackling, a few, like a bullet point, so that we can implement it into the call. All right, so let me see. All right, here's a good one. Not getting to do everything on my bucket list before I die. That's a fear that she has, okay? So you would say, my fear is not getting to do everything on my bucket list before I die, and I love that. You have to get comfortable with saying, and I love that. I know it's going to be weird at first, and it's going to be strange, but I promise you this works, okay? And at the same time, you have to really know that your fears are just something that keeps you safe. It's something that the mind is trying to do to stop you from living outside your comfort zone, right? And believing the lies that it's telling you, okay? Because fear really is just false evidence appearing real. It's just false evidence appearing real. For years and years, I stayed in my toxic relationship because I was afraid that I couldn't make it on my own financially. My thoughts were, where am I going to live? How am I going to live? Well, what kind of a neighborhood would I live in? How would I pay the bills? Because I don't have a college education. I didn't have a career. I was a stay-at-home mom. But I left with the mindset of such determination that no matter what, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. So you have to have that determination. I'm going to find the love of my life. I'm going to find the love of my life. It's happening right now. The universe is lining everything up for me right now. We're all energy beings. And our thoughts and our words are vibrations that we send out to the universe. So take these fears and turn them around into something positive and send that out to the universe. Kick fear in the ass and know that it is a lie. One of the other fears is my daughter ruining her life with drugs and alcohol. Bullshit. My daughter thriving and living a beautiful life, better than the one that I'm living. Because we all want our kids to be better than us, right? Never being in a truly loving, healthy, lasting, intimate partnership. Be determined that that is exactly what you're going to find. I am in a truly loving, healthy, long-lasting, intimate relationship. Because anything that you put after I am is happening. So when you think of your fears, okay, so let me back up a second. Because I'm talking about the universe, I'm talking about energy, I'm talking about frequency, I'm talking about vibrations. The universe always has one answer. Yes. It always says yes to us. So that's why what you fear, you draw near. Because if you're focusing on these fears, this is energy. Every time. If you're focusing on these fears, then what does the universe say to that? Yeah, you are scared of getting married again and not having it work out. That's true. You are scared of dying and leaving your daughter without her mom. That's true, because that's a fear. That's a thought, a word, a vibration, a frequency that you're putting out to the universe. So what do you get back? It's like a boomerang. It comes back. If you believe that to be true for you, that is what is going to be true for you. The universe always says yes. All right? So what you're going to do is you're going to...
You create your reality.
You're going to create your reality. All right, you're gonna recognize that fear is false evidence appearing real. It's total bullshit. All right, like I said, fear wants to keep us small. It wants to keep us safe, right? Don't go outside your comfort zone. So I'm going to give you 2 points of reference to see how we are living our lives. Okay, this is so powerful. It's just so powerful. This is a part of something that I dive deep into, my Soul Print of Empowerment 6-month course. All right, so these divisions are for the logical mind to understand and to try to have some control of the choices we make. So let's take a look at some of the characteristics of love and fear, because that's what we're talking about here, right? Total opposites. All right, so track of love, track of fear. Love has no obligations. Fear is full of obligations. In the track of fear, whatever we do is because we have to do it. And we expect others to do something because they have to do it, right? We have the obligation, and as soon as we have to, we resist it. The more resistance we have, the more we suffer. Sooner or later, we try to escape our obligations. On the other hand, love has no resistance. Whatever we do is because we want to do it. It becomes a pleasure. It's like a game, and we have fun with it. Love has no expectations. Fear is full of expectations. With fear, we do things because we expect that we have to. And we expect that others have to. This is why fear hurts and love doesn't hurt. We expect something, and if it doesn't happen, we feel hurt. It isn't fair. We blame others for not fulfilling our expectations. When we love, we don't have expectations. We do it because we want to. And if other people do it or not, it's because they want to or not. It's nothing personal. When we don't expect something to happen, if nothing happens, it's not important. We don't feel hurt because whatever happens is okay. That is why hardly anything hurts us when we are in love. We aren't expecting that our lover will do something, and we have no obligations. Love is based on respect. Fear doesn't respect anything, including itself. So I'm going to assign you homework, but first I want to open up the lines and see if you guys have any questions, any comments, any coaching that you need for the next 15 minutes.
Are there any other tips to help us through these systems that we have?
To help you through fear? Is that what you said?
Like to help through, like when we talked about, the sentences that we kind of embrace, like, will I ever find that person? Like, is there anything else?
Yeah, it's going to be in the homework.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But did you guys, like what I said in this, does it all make sense to you, or was there anything that you have questions about, or that it doesn't make sense, or you want me to go over?
Hey, Denise, it's
Yes.
Barnsley here. How are you?
Hey, Barnsley.
Good stuff here. Hi, honey bunny. Good
Hi.
stuff here. So, so I wanted to ask, and then I'm going to mute again because I'm in a restaurant, but I wanted to ask about the distinctions between love and fear, more of the distinctions. That's interesting to me.
Yeah. So,
if you'll go into more depth about that, and I'm going to mute out because it's loud here, but like, what are some more of the distinctions? I hear the no obligation in love, and it respects all, versus, and it's the I get to do this, I get to do that. it's excitement. It's, you didn't say that, but I get that. And then
Right.
fear is obligation. We have to, I should,
Mm-hmm.
shooting on myself. It doesn't respect,
Right.
doesn't respect anything, anyone. What are some more of the distinctions there? I think that's pretty darn interesting.
So love and fear is what I was talking about in the beginning of the call. Fear is everything that we have in our minds, that we make up, the stories that we make up, or the stories that are playing in our subconscious mind from when we were kids, right? That's all fear. Our parents, and no shame, no blame to our parents, but our parents put fear in us, right? How many times have we said to our kids, don't do that, you're gonna fall, you're gonna hurt yourself, right? Because kids are just so free-spirited, they do, they don't think of that at an early age, 4 and under. And our parents didn't mean anything by it, but that's what they did. They put that seed in us that there is fear. I'm going to get hurt, right? Or we saw their relationship and we based our relationship off of their relationship, right? So fear is everything that is up here. Love is everything that's here. So that's the two. I can go in depth of the two distinctions, but basically what it is everything that is negative, that scares you, that limits you, that keeps you in your comfort zone is all going to be fear-based, and it's going to be coming from your mind, where the opposite is everything that you love, you enjoy, you embrace is all going to come from love. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think, I'm thinking about it too, energetically. Fear is constricting.
Yes.
It's constricting, and and love is expansive.
Yes.
And energetically, the same is true. Like if we were to do Reiki, and you're focusing on fear, then it's not going to get in. It's not going to expand your energy field. But if we're focusing on love and doing it, then it's going to incredibly expand you and empower and strengthen you. So, I think energetically speaking, like the love is filled with energy and charge.
Positive energy, right? Positive charge.
Yes, right. Yeah, and fear is stagnant. It's like it's just stagnant. It's stuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a needle on a thermometer that won't move.
Right.
Energetically.
Right.
So, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. And freeing. Love is freeing, and fear is constricting. It's imprisoning.
Yes. So one of the biggest examples that I give to all my clients is think of a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old. And if you're a parent, think of your child at that age, right? And who were they at that age? They're truthful, right? You can't make them lie. They're trusting. They love themselves. They're loving, right? They love everybody. Mm-hmm. That's why we're like, don't talk to strangers, right? Because they're just so trusting and loving, and they don't know anything bad, or they're not fearful of anything, right? It's when we get to 4 years and older that we start taking on the layers of muck of our environment, of our surroundings, whether that's parents, media, school, whatever. So when you think of that 3-year-old, that is who we really are. And so in actuality, we are, well, obviously we're love, but we're not scared. So in actuality, you're not scared, you in general, you're not scared to find the woman or the man of your dreams. But there's a lie attached to that truth, right? You may have taken that on as a truth for yourself, but there's a lie attached to that. And you've believed that. You believe that lie. And so that's why you think that I can't find the love of my life. And the more we connect with ourselves, the more that we will find that in somebody else. Because when you are the best version of yourself, then you will find that in a person that's going to mirror to you. That's what's so great about people who trigger us, people who piss us off or hurt us. they're mirroring to us our wounds. And so then we know what to do, right? We know to go in there and tackle that old story, that wound. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, because they wouldn't trigger us unless we had it in ourselves.
Right.
You know, absolutely. So there's and thank goodness they do, because it allows us to identify and work with what's there that needs to be released.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Okay, so I'm going to read more of this for you, because it's going to go into more of the depth of the love and the fear. Okay, so I will mute everybody again, and I'll continue again. If you have any questions, just put it in the chat box, and it'll pop up, and I'll see it. Okay. All right. So if I feel sorry for you, it means I don't respect you. You cannot make your own choices. When I have to make the choices for you, at that point, I don't respect you. If I don't respect you, then I will try to control you. Most of the time, when we tell our children how to live their lives, it's because we don't respect them. We feel sorry for them, and we try to do for them what they should do for themselves. When I don't respect myself, I feel sorry for myself. I feel I'm not good enough to make it in this world. How do you know when you don't respect yourself? When you say, poor me, I'm not strong enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I can't make it. Self-pity comes from disrespect. Love is ruthless. It doesn't feel sorry for anyone, but it does have compassion. Fear is full of pity. It feels sorry for everyone. You feel sorry for me when you don't respect me, but when you don't think I am strong enough to make it. On the other hand, love respects. I love you. I know you can make it. I know you are strong enough, intelligent enough, good enough that you can make your own choices. I don't have to make your choices for you. You can make it. If you fall, I can give you my hand. I can help you stand up. I can say, you can do it. Go ahead. This is compassion. But it is not the same as feeling sorry. Compassion comes from respect and from love. Feeling sorry comes from a lack of respect and from fear. Love is completely responsible. Fear avoids responsibility. But this doesn't mean that it's not responsible. Trying to avoid responsibility is one of the biggest mistakes we make, because every action that has a consequence. Everything we think, everything we do has a consequence. If we make a choice, we have an outcome or a reaction. If we don't make a choice, we have an outcome or reaction. We're going to experience the consequence of our actions in one way or another. That is why every human is completely responsible for his actions, even if he doesn't want to be. Other people can try to pay for your mistakes, but you will pay for your mistakes anyway, and then you will pay double. When others try to be responsible for you, it only creates a bigger drama. Love is always kind. Fear is always unkind. With fear, we are full of obligations, full of expectations, with no respect, avoiding responsibility, and feeling sorry. How can we feel good when we are suffering from so much fear? We feel victimized by everything. We feel angry or sad or jealous or betrayed. Anger is nothing but fear with a mask. Sadness is fear with a mask. Jealousy is fear with a mask. With all these emotions that come from fear and create suffering, we can only pretend to be kind. We are not kind because we don't feel good. We are not happy. If you are in the track of love, you have no obligations, no expectations. You don't feel sorry for yourself or for your partner. Everything is going well for you. And that is why that smile is always on your face. You're feeling good about yourself. And because you are happy, you are kind. Love is always kind. And that kindness makes you generous and opens up all the doors. Love is generous. Fear is selfish. It is only about me. Selfishness closes all the doors. Love is unconditional. Fear is full of conditions. In the track of fear, I love you if you let me control you. If you are good to me. If you fit into the image I make for you. I create an image of the way you should be. And because you are not and never will be that image, I judge you because of that and find you guilty. Many times I even feel ashamed of you because you are not what I want you to be. If you don't fit that image I create, you embarrass me. You annoy me. I have no patience with you. I am just pretending kindness. In the track of love, there is no if. There is no conditions. I love you for no reasons, with no justification. I love you the way you are. And you are free to be the way you are. If I don't like the way you are, then I'd better be someone who is with the way I like her to be. We don't have the right to change someone else. And no one else has the right to change us. If we are going to change, it's because we want to change, because we don't want to suffer any longer. Many people live their entire lives in the track of fear. They're in a relationship because they feel they have to be. They're in a relationship where they have all those expectations about their partner and about themselves. All the drama and suffering is because we are using the channels of communication that existed before we were born. People judge and are victimized. They gossip about each other. They gossip with their friends. They gossip in a bar. They make their family members hate each other. They accumulate emotional poison, and they send it to their children. Look at your father, what he did to me. Don't be like your father. All men are like this. All women are like that. This is what we do to the people we love so much, with our own children, with our own friends, with our own partners. In the track of fear, we have so many conditions, expectations, and obligations that we create a lot of rules just to protect ourselves against the emotional pain. When the truth is that there shouldn't be any rules. The rules affect the quality of the channels of the communication between us. Because when we are afraid, we lie. Boy, isn't that the truth? If you have an expectation that I have to be a certain way, then I feel the obligation to be that way. The truth is, I am not what you want me to be. When I am honest and I am what I am, you are already hurt. You are mad. Then I lie to you because I am afraid of your judgment. I am afraid you're going to blame me, find me guilty, and punish me. And every time you remember, you punish me again and again and again. In the track of love, there is justice. If you make a mistake, you pay only once for that mistake. And if you truly love yourself, you learn from that mistake. In the track of fear, there is no justice. You make yourself pay 1,000 times for that same mistake. You make your partner pay, or your friend pay 1,000 times for that same mistake. This creates a sense of injustice and opens many emotional wounds. Then, of course, you set yourself up to fail. Humans have dramas for everything, even for someone so simple and so little. We see these dramas in normal relationships in hell because couples are in the track of fear. That's some powerful shit, huh? Did that help a little bit more, Barnsley, with the distinctions between the love and the fear?
Oh yeah, that's great. We need that scanned and emailed out to us. I'm serious about that. That's awesome.
It's good, right?
Yeah, seriously, scan it and send it, please.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to chew on that. I'll have to chew on that like for a couple of years. So
I know. It's powerful. It's really powerful.
It's good stuff.
Because
I love what was it? Love is ruthless. It doesn't have pity for anyone. Oh, I love that.
Yep.
That was near the beginning. Was that the exact quote?
Yeah.
Is this what's the source for this, Denise?
This is a book that I use for my 6-month course, Soul Print of Empowerment.
What's it called?
It's in my course, Soul Print of Empowerment. It's
what? Sorry?
My course, Soul Print of Empowerment.
Soul Print of Empowerment.
Yeah, that's my course.
Title.
That's my course.
Oh, okay. But is this a quote from you?
No.
Or is it from a book?
It's a book. Yeah.
Okay. What's the title of the book?
It's The Art of Relationships.
Ah, okay. The Art of Relationships. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know. I think I want to post it up on Facebook, and I want to give I'll mention that it was from your thing. I'll tell you what. Actually, if you would do this, Facebook out your link to where people can sign up for the course.
Okay.
Just Facebook message me that, and I'll include that when I put this up.
Okay.
All right, honey, I'm going to mute out because I'm at a restaurant.
Okay, no problem.
Loud.
All right.
Okay, that's great stuff.
All right. Anybody else have anything they want to discuss what we just talked about? Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
It does. Anybody have questions about it?
The answer is to stay in love. That's really the answer.
Right. And to stay in love with who?
You.
Yes. Exactly. The more we love ourselves, the more we work on the relationship with ourselves, the more that we will attract that in our outside world. Right? I mean, I always say this, Joanna, that I thought that I knew what self-love was. I really did. And this is going back before I left and all of that. Obviously, I hadn't a clue. But my perception of self-love was, okay, I get my nails done. I get my hair done, right? I take a shower every day. I care about myself. I love myself. But holy crap, like, it's so much deeper than that. And this is something, I'm sorry? Did you say something?
Did I? No.
Oh, this is something that is not taught to us in school. This is something that's not taught to us by our parents, right? Because they don't know. So how are they going to teach us if they don't know? This is something that we have to learn on our own. And most of the time we learn it through the trials and tribulations of life, right? Through the experiences that we have. If I would have stayed in my relationship with my ex, I would have never did this. I would not be who I am today. And it was because of that experience, because I left, because I had the courage to do that, that I'm now discovering who I am. I discovered what self-love really is. And every day I love myself more and more. More and more I embrace who I am. More and more I embrace all my, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything that I've been through, the mistakes that I make, everything. Because it's my journey. And I love my journey and I love me. So the more you love you, all of you, the more the closer you will get to finding somebody who mirrors that exact person. Make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So here's your homework. You don't need to write it down. I'm going to email it to you, but here's what it is. Okay, so homework for week 1, fear. Number 1, what thoughts or fears do you have on a consistent basis? Choose to see that thought as a little girl or little boy and tell that thought that you hear it, you love it, and you let that thought know it's going to be okay. All right. Number 2, start asking your heart questions. Just sit in silence and listen to what your heart says, because all of the answers are right there. I promise you. Number 3, any fear-based thought that's coming up, you say, and I love that. I want you to get in the practice of that. Get used to this. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but you're going to say, I'm afraid they won't like me, and I love that. And you're going to use the word love, not like, and I love that. Okay? So like I said, you don't need to write that down. I will copy and paste it to you in an email. And next week, we'll meet at the same time. I got to figure out how we can keep using the same link. I don't know that. I just always use a different one. But I'll take care of that. But anyway, so next week, we are going to tackle, week 2 is about the barriers, right? Week 2, we're going to lower, even remove the barriers that keep you from having a loving relationship. So you're going to send me anything that's standing in your way of having happiness or love or both. Okay? So that is what we're going to take care of for next week. So before I end the call, does anybody have any questions or anything they'd like to, last minute questions, comments, or anything?
So Denise, you're going to put that last bit into the email you send us, right?
Yes.
The list of what you want. Okay, that'd be great.
Yep. Everything. Yep. Yes, it'll all be there. Awesome.
Okie dokie.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing you. I love you. I'm so excited to go on this 5-week journey with you. And I'll send you everything in the email, and I will see you next week.
Love you, Denise.
Love you. All right. Till then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.